All right, guys, we are live today on the Get Your Ass Up podcast. This is your boy, Tony, the closer. I am here with a very, very special guest. Flew all the way in from New York to the beautiful, well, it depends on where you at, if it's beautiful or not, because sometimes you can ride to the wrong area. You know, I'm in L.A. right now, and it's a little different. But I got my boy, Eli, here with me. What happened to Common Sense? Eli, what's up, bro? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. The market's on fire. I'm pretty sure you're doing great as well, too.
Holy
Making some money,
Shiba.
right?
Holy Shiba. This is going to be talking all things crypto. So if you guys, I mean, everybody right now is obviously hearing all the success stories. People have, man, one dude made $5 billion? $5 billion in this meme coin Shiba. So we're going to be,
Off
everybody.
of an $8,000 investment.
Off $8,000. So $8,000 turned this guy into $5.7 billion or something crazy like that. We're going to be talking about all things cryptocurrency because I think right now it's one of the most important things that like everybody should be informed on. And no better, I'm not an expert, but you know what I do is I'll connect you with the people. So I'm going to connect you with an expert today that's going to be able to give you the game on what exactly is cryptocurrency, if you should even be investing into it, and how to avoid these scams, because I know that's something that's really, really popular right now. We've seen one that somebody completely pulled the rug on some people. So we're going to talk about all things crypto today, and I brought you guys my guy, Eli. So Eli, real quick introduction. Let everybody know who you are, where you from, and then why the heck should we be hearing about this crazy, crazy wave of cryptocurrency?
Well, my name is Elijah Whitehead. I am from New York City. I have been investing and learning about this technology since 2012, so I'm pretty seasoned and I'm pretty experienced. The reason why you should heavily be focusing on this technology is because a wealth transfer is happening right now, and many people aren't aware of what's going on. So you can kind of compare this to what happened during the dot-com bubble back in 1995, 1997. And if you could go back then and invest in companies like Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google, you would take every single dollar that you had and put it in there because you have the power of hindsight. And that's exactly where we are today. Yes, there's a lot of scams and schemes, but out of this, there will birth the new companies, the new IBMs, the new Teslas, the new Googles of the world. So it's very, very, very exciting times right now to be involved in crypto because we're really starting to get, you know, mainstream adoption right now, and that's really, really important.
So I'm just going to get straight to it, man. Holy Shiba. Holy Shiba. When I started talking about, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these other things, like there's, you know, obviously like these $60-something-thousand price points that you got to get into to be able to like even make money, and it's hard for somebody that doesn't have a lot of money to make money. But Holy Shiba came around, and man, it's been a craze of money being made for a lot of people without having to make a substantial amount of investment. We found out about a guy who made an $8,000 investment that turned into billions of dollars. And right now we hear these meme coins. Doge was what we heard about earlier this year. Doge went on fire for a while. A lot of people made money. And then you saw what happened. The Saturday Night Live deal came up, and this coin tanked. It was like a bad stock, and everybody was like pumping this thing. You're hearing all this excitement and crave. And I talked shit about this coin for a long time. I was like, man, I'm on Ethereum. Ethereum was doing amazing at the time. And I'm like, to hell with putting that type of money into, you know, a coin that had no utility. And I'm just dogging it out. I'm dogging it out. I'm like, to hell with Doge, this stupid dog coin. I'm just, you know, and I'm watching people make all kind of money. I'm sitting back, and as I'm talking shit, I'm like, am I just a hater now? Because I know this thing has no utility, but there's money to be made. And there's money being made with these coins. So, obviously, like, I got in at the end of the Doge cycle. I caught it, like, right after it hit, like, 40 cents, which was, like, the death sentence for some people. Because if you caught it around then you were hoping that you were going to $1. And then Saturday Night Live and all that stuff happened. And then, you know, we had a coin that bottomed out. And I know, speaking from a investment standpoint, and I know you and I actually do business together. So one thing that I tell people is, like, I like to bring people that I will actually trust and do business with. So I brought you up here because I know, you know, me and you have a difference in philosophy when it comes to Holy Shiba and this coin. And you have I want to get your perspective on this because I'm all in on Shiba. I'm not all in on it, but I love this coin. The coin is making me money, and I think it's important for people to understand that while there are better coins that have better utility, that you don't just have to turn your nose up at these coins because there's an opportunity to make some serious return on your money.
Yeah,
so
well,
let's
let's
talk
take a
about
step
that.
back. First of all, although I may not be a fan of a lot of these meme coins, I am happy to see people actually using the technology because remember, the whole purpose of this technology is to remove middlemen, to allow people to go directly to consumers and remove banks and remove Wall Street and remove all of the people who before, if you wanted to launch your own stock or if you wanted to take your company public, you would have to go through so many different rules and regulation and red tape in order to reach your end user or your end consumer or the end investor. Well, now a kid sitting in his mother's basement who likes dogs or likes Shiba or whatever the case may be, or even a Squid Game coin, can literally use a platform like Ethereum, a platform like Polkadot, and launch his own idea. Because at the end of the day, when you look at all of these different cryptocurrencies, they're really just socially enforced networks at the end of the day. So it's not really about the utility, it's more about the people that's buying into it. Now, at the end of the day, you do need utility in order for these coins to survive and thrive. But what you're starting to see now is that the technology is being utilized in some ways that's not useful, but in other ways that are useful. So I'm happy to see people actually doing that because at the end of the day, the whole idea of something being decentralized and being peer-to-peer is you being able to go find a network of people that buys into that. And that's what you're starting to see with the idea of Shiba because, and we're going to kind of touch on this later on when we get into NFTs, when you start talking about this idea of the metaverse and digital and NFTs, what I may think isn't valuable in the digital world may be valuable to you. Like at the end of the day, what is a blue check mark worth on something like Instagram? To some people, that's worth millions of dollars.
It's worth millions, right? It's literally worth millions.
Now, if you want to
the blue check is like some people don't understand it. It's just like that instant credibility stamp, but the person that wasn't going, Nicole wasn't opening my DM unless I had the blue check, So you got to have a blue check.
Yeah. So like when you look at this technology and you start to see, a lot of people can't really wrap their minds around why would someone want to invest in a dog coin? But at the end of the day, you're investing in something that's a digital asset and something that's digital scarcity that you can prove that you are the owner of. So although I think a lot of these things are, schemes at the end of the day and pump and dumps, some of them will actually thrive and some of them will actually create communities that will be able to go on into the future beyond just the bubble phase.
So you're just not a meme coin hater, are you?
No, absolutely not. I
Because
just think there's better things.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I be looking at you sometimes. I'm like, bro, leave me alone with my Shiba, man. Like, leave me alone with my Shiba. Now, Shiba done made me like 400,000. So with that amount of money, now I'm looking at you, Sal. You made me like 157,000. Shiba made me 400,000. So who's winning? Don't say nothing about Shiba to me, man. Okay. Mind your business.
No
hey,
problem.
Look, Eli. Hey, y'all, listen. I listened to Eli. He told me that he was like, hey, man, take your profits, cut 50% profits, and the shit shot up to like. I would have made like an extra 700,000, but it's all good because I still took my profits and I still won. It could have went the other way, so we're gonna keep the positive side of that. But Eli, you made me some other money, so we're gonna trust you, and I know you know your shit. So I'm not going like this man is really a genius, and I don't give many people this type of stamp when it comes to the technology behind this, and not only just from the front end, from just purchase and try to make money, but actually how to stake the coins, how to actually set up your own technology. We're talking about actually getting deep into this, not just the surface level, and that's the difference when you start learning how deep you can actually go. And I know we talked about cutting out the middleman, and I'm actually going to on my podcast, I'm gonna play a actual clip for the audience to see where I actually went to Bank of America and I was trying to get some money out. And anytime you go to the bank, it's like you have to damn near like fight for your money. And for the people that hadn't seen this video, basically I go to Bank of America. I understand that when you typically anything over $10,000, they ask you to put in the order. And I asked to try to get my money for the next day, and they told me basically it was going to end up being like 6 total days from the time that I came and requested. And I'm like, well, wait a minute now. It don't take y'all that long to take that money out of my account, and I know that I definitely don't have to go through all the hoops to actually get, deposit my money. But anytime I go to withdraw, it's like who are you, sir? Let me make sure that everything matches. Like, then after that, I got to wait all this time, and it gives me a sour taste. I know, like, you go somewhere, if you're traveling, and you're getting, flagged for a purchase, and then it's, like, so hard to, prove every damn transaction that you made that day. It just becomes a hassle sometimes in doing business with the bank. Well, that day I actually went to the bank. I had damn near told them, I said, hey, look, if you guys can't give me access to my cash any better than this, I don't feel good and safe about keeping my money here. It's just a nasty taste that you get in your mouth when you have millions in the bank and then you can't get money, And I'm not expecting to be unreasonable where, like, okay, maybe you got to get it a day or two, but, like, you start talking 6 days, I'm like, man, wait a minute now. Like, this is
ridiculous.
This is getting out of control. And I know so many people have had experiences, because when I posted this video, it was alarming how many people had a similar story, whether it was 5,000, 10,000. It didn't matter. Like, hey, if I'm trying to close on something, whatever it was, it's like you had to, like, tell them the exact reason why you want the money. Like, I'm like, well, wait a minute. Like, no matter if I want to just go roll in the bed with my money, it's my money, and I should be able to do that. I shouldn't have to give you reasons and why I need my money. So I definitely want to talk about just, like, the importance of, like, removing that middleman and just getting away from the bank. And obviously, like, the dollar is depreciating. Everybody understands this, right? That money isn't making you any money. And when you take your money, you place it into the bank, you don't ever have the opportunity of making the type of returns that I mean, like, I literally this year, I parked about $300,000 into crypto at the beginning of the year, and my accounts have hit 7 figures. And
that's only from capital appreciation. That's not even from you actually being able to stake these coins
100%
and earn passive income on top of that, utilizing a lot of these different DeFi protocols. Kind of building on what you just were saying when we're talking about, being able to access your money. That was one of the main reasons why Bitcoin was created in the first place, because Bitcoin was designed to be permissionless, meaning that anyone that has internet access can be able to send money and access their money at any time. So there's no cap. You don't have to worry about, well, I don't have the proper identification, or the banking hours are not open at this time.
Or you got a $1,500 limit for the day.
Yeah, so therefore, when you hear people say that Bitcoin is permissionless, meaning that you don't have to live in a certain jurisdiction, you don't have to have certain identification and credentials. You can live here in LA, and a person can be all the way in New Zealand. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning, and you can literally send them $2, $3, $4, $5 million. It's also censorship resistant, because now you don't have to worry about someone censoring who you're sending money to. You know how many times I go to try to send money to people and they say, well, you hit your limit for the day, or you can't send money to this individual, et cetera, et cetera. Quick story. I have a travel rewards card. Keyword, travel. Every single time I travel, they flag my card and stop it and lock it. So what good is it to have a travel rewards card if every time you travel and use it, you can't use it? So people more and more are getting tired of running into these roadblocks. And this is a very important reason of decentralization, because now you can transact and interact with these different protocols in a peer-to-peer way and not have to trust a central entity to be able to give you the okay to use your money when you see fit.
So speaking on Bitcoin, like, one thing that I think a lot of people think of when they think of Bitcoin is, like, I know what I thought of was, like, when I first heard of Bitcoin back in the day, was like black web. You're doing something illegal, and you don't want to be traced or found. Like, you go and that's your way of thinking. I think now what I've seen, though, I'm seeing, like, major banks, adopting Bitcoin. You're seeing Bank of America and so many huge people now putting hundreds of millions and billions of dollars into these coins. And it made me say, hey, look, how much money can I actually put behind these things? Even if I don't completely understand everything in its full spectrum, like, follow the money trail, right?
Yes. Now, it's funny you said that, because if you look at the internet, right, when the internet first became quote unquote mainstream and people were using it, no one was really using it for what we use it for today. It was mainly used for illegal activities, for hackers, for scammers. But what people don't understand, that this is technology, and over time, as it gets more adoption, it will lose a lot of that quote-unquote negative stigma. So the Bitcoin that exists today is not the same Bitcoin that existed back when you first started using it, because, like you said, now we have more, credible people involved in this Bitcoin space and in the crypto space in general. So I always stress that to people, that you can't look at this technology for what you may have heard. You have to look at what it is today because, again, what the internet was back in 1995 is not what the internet is today. The internet is vastly different, and it's not just used for, stealing people's identity, scamming, and things of that nature. You have e-commerce, you have social networking, you have so many different things, and that's what's happening with Bitcoin. And if you look at the adoption of Bitcoin, it has the same adoption curve as the internet had back in its first 13 years of existence. So you can see that, Bitcoin is sort of taking on the same growth phase and growth trajectory as the internet. And this is the whole concept of the Web 3.0. Currently, right now, we're living in what is known as the Web 2.0. See, back in the day, all you could do was read web pages. You really couldn't do anything with it. But then during the Web 2.0, JavaScript was introduced to the browser, JavaScript, and then therefore you can do all of these amazing things like upload content, buy things, sell things, et cetera, et cetera. The problem with that, though, is that censorship happens, control happens.
Closer to you.
Oh, sorry about that. Control happens, censorship happens, and you're starting to see this right now with a lot of the banks, how they can censor your transactions. Companies like Instagram and Facebook, how they can censor what you can say, when you can say it, they can put you on bans. So this whole idea of crypto is kind of trying to usher in what the concept known as the Web 3.0.
All right, so let me ask you a question because I think this is something that I really want to make a statement here, right? What percent of our culture needs to know about cryptocurrency?
100%. This is going to be the largest wealth transfer in the history of mankind.
The largest wealth transfer in mankind is happening right now. Holy Shiba. Is it happening with Shiba? Because I think, I'm all in on Shiba, man. I got like $300,000 in Shiba right now, and I think if it gets listed on Robinhood, we've seen all these rumors. I seen Kraken talking about adding them. I can't sleep at night. This is like my new addiction. It's like, what's happening with Shiba, and what coin is going to be the coin that makes the most millionaires? Because at the end of the day, that's why everybody's coming here. This is going to be the biggest wealth transfer, right? But we got all these people, whether it was Dogecoin, whether it's Shiba right now. Everybody's looking for an opportunity, and they obviously look at Bitcoin. They say, hey, look, I can't put my little $100 in Bitcoin and do anything. It go up, but I'm like, I can't really make any money. So how can people make money right now in cryptocurrency? Like, what would you recommend people to do?
Well, the very first thing is understanding the technology and kind of having a basic concept as regards into what these different cryptocurrencies can do, because they're not just going to be used for, buying and purchasing things like a typical currency. I like to refer to these as digital assets. And I sort of look at Bitcoin as like MySpace, actually. Like it's the first proof of concept. But there are going to be better iterations and versions of Bitcoin that can do more. Cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, et cetera, I believe that eventually they will surpass Bitcoin. And if I could give you some advice, I would say to you that if you're someone looking to make money in crypto, you should be focusing on lower market cap cryptocurrencies that have a lot of potential to do multiple things, such as NFTs, stable coins, DeFi, et cetera, because they're going to be able to capture more of that wealth transfer. Because again, when I talk about the Web 2.0, you have to think about companies like Apple, companies like Amazon, companies like Microsoft that are centralized companies that are trillion-dollar companies. And a lot of that value, that market cap that's sitting there is going to flow to crypto. When you look at crypto, every single cryptocurrency combined is only worth $2.6 trillion. The entire stock market globally is worth over $100 trillion. So when you start understanding that money that's sitting in the stock market eventually is going to flow over to crypto, that money is going to flow from banks, it's going to flow from legacy tech companies like Apple and Amazon. You want to be positioning yourself not just in Bitcoin or Ethereum, but in other cryptocurrencies, not like the meme coins, but that actually have utility that will pump.
Wait a minute, man. Stop it. I'm not doing this with you today. If you say something about my Shiba, man, I done made 400,000. I know it's a dude that made 5-point-something billion with Shiba. Don't talk to me about nothing negative about Shiba. We not having no negative conversation. Now, I see how them Doge people feel now. Because when I was talking shit about the Dogecoin, and I was like, yeah, Ethereum this, Ethereum that, I see why they was like, hey, Closer, you a hater, man. Because Shiba ain't did me no wrong. And when she ain't did me no wrong, you can't talk about it, period. Now, let's talk about Squid Games. Because Squid Games, on the other hand, did a Squid Game on people and just killed everybody that was in the game. So we had a meme coin by the name of Squid Game that had recently popped up, and everybody, you know, just like what happens before, right? Everybody hears a new coin. It's the popularity behind this coin, and there were a lot of investors, and I heard to the tune of close to $2.5 million have been invested into this coin. And the one problem about investing in these things when you don't know who created it is it's anonymous, and do pull the rug on everybody.
Well, what I would say to people is, number one, you should be looking to build a portfolio, right? You should not be looking to just simply put all of your money into just meme coins or into just Bitcoin. I believe that you should own different cryptocurrencies or digital assets, is what I like to refer to them as, because they do different things. So therefore, you can have a balanced portfolio. So maybe you put some money into some of these meme coins, but you also put some money into serious projects.
All right, hold on. Let me cut you off. I got $500. Where did I put my $500 at? I'm starting in the crypto game right now. I'm putting $250 in Shiba or what?
I would go with some of the lower market cap dog coins.
So give me. I got $500. I'm a newbie investor trying to get in the crypto space. I'm putting you on the spot right now. You're supposed to be the expert.
And I'm the expert. I'm telling you, me personally, if I had $500, I'm not touching any of the meme coins. But
so tell us. No, that's why. So we asking you right now. I'm saying I'm going $250 in Shiba, but I'm not the expert, and that's why I'm asking you the expert.
So if I had $500, I would take $100.
Get your pads. Hold up. Get your pads out. If you're not paying attention, you about to blow it right now.
I would take $100. I would put it into Polkadot. I would take $200. I would put it into Chainlink, and I would take the other $200 and I would put it in
Shiba. You're not about to just disrespect Shiba like this, man. Come on.
And we can put it in the Shiba as well. So you got two solid projects.
Where you gonna put the other 200?
And one in the Shiba.
No, where's the other 200?
Or I would look at something like a Cosmos or a Telcoin. And the reason why is because they do different things, and they're going to disrupt some major industries in terms of the telecommunications industry and the remittance industry. So like I said before, these are technologies that are extremely disruptive. Like when you look at what Tesla's doing to the car industry, or look what Apple actually did to multiple industries, how they cannibalize and just destroy industries. Like, look what happened to the Polaroid camera or the DSLR camera when Apple came, or look at what happened to a GPS. You no longer need that. That's what's going to happen with many of these cryptocurrencies. They're going to cannibalize and take over a lot of these traditional legacy companies.
So I just got $500 a game for y'all, and none of it had Doge or Shiba. He's making me money right now, so I can't argue with the man. He's making me money right now, and I've seen like what's in my portfolio is very, very close to the T of what he shared with you guys, because we share those type of conversations, and he tells me what projects he thinks are great projects to invest in. So I highly recommend you guys. This is not financial advice. But if you have $500 and you wanted to get into the crypto space, this is advice from an expert, what he would do with his money. One thing I'll tell anybody, and this is what we have to understand. If you start playing into the meme coin space, it's gambling. It's risky. You could have it all or you could lose it all. But be prepared to take profit. So if you start making money in any of these coins, I really want to make sure that you understand, first and foremost, get your money out as quickly as you can. So take some profits so you can actually be okay. So if they pull the rug on you and they take all the money out, at least you secure what your initial investment was. And then if you want to leave that additional money in that actual project, that's okay. I'll just be honest, because I know so many people are asking me my strategy with Shiba. I've heard so much news when it comes to Robinhood and some of the things that I think can come behind this project. I am up $400,000+ in this project. I have a total of $300,000 right now in that coin. I think I'm sitting at close to 4 or 5 billion Shiba coins. I will be taking my profits that I make out of this coin, and I'm going to be investing them right back into those projects that you heard Eli mention, because at the end of the day, you do want to have your money in the projects that are going to be disruptive.
And also, can I add on to that real quick?
Yeah.
A lot of it, we're mainly talking about investing on this particular podcast here. But some advice that I would give to you is that if you're someone and you only have $500 to invest, you need to focus on trying to learn about how to build this technology, because a lot of the jobs of the future is going to be in this particular industry. Again, going back to the dot-com bubble, look how dominant technology is in our everyday lives. And if you are a person, if you know how to code, if you know how to build hardware, these are jobs that are paying $250,000 and up right now. So what I would encourage a lot of you to do is, especially black people, people that look like us, we do not have enough people that look like us in technology in terms of running these companies, building these cryptocurrencies, and developing this technology. And I will definitely tell you that this wealth transfer, it's not only going to hit the hands of investors. Those of you who have the skills to build this technology, iterate and work on this technology, you're going to make a lot of money as well too. So if you're a person and you only have $500, well, guess what? That means you're probably broke, right? So what you should do is take that time that you have on your hands and get some skills so that you can make some more money, because I'm telling you, these blockchain jobs out here, blockchain engineers are making $250,000 and up, and it doesn't take you that long to learn these skills. You can pick up these skills in a matter of 18 to 24 months. So I would definitely tell you to go out here and take this time and really try to capture this wealth transfer, because the next 5 to 10 to 15 years, this technology will dominate the world.
And that's amazing, like that you start talking about being able to come into a space that is new to a lot of people. Obviously, in our culture, it's not even talked about. It's not discussed. And this is something that could literally be bringing in huge revenue for you, as you also learn how to work on a blockchain, which can be, even more dynamic, because obviously somebody's going to get in there and become the next billionaire, because you're going to learn how to create some technology that can be a game changer for so many lives. So this is all about connecting the dots. It's about learning the systems, the protocols. All right, so look, y'all always asking me, hey, Tony, I need to learn the game. I need to learn how I can make some money. So listen, I got a special for you, and it's only for my people that are my listeners on the Get Your Ass Up podcast. Right now, for all my listeners, I got my Rona proof book, right? $37 typically. Right now, Get Your Ass Up, customers only. Use the promo code Get Your Ass Up in the checkout box. Right now, you get this book for $10. All right. Rona Proof. It's my 10-step system. Teach you step by step how you can actually get into the real estate industry without a real estate license, without any credit, without even having any experience. I literally walk you through step by step how you start actually working from home virtually and flipping real estate contracts that you can make anywhere between $5,000 or more simply by being a middleman. So go get your Rona Proof book right now. Use the code Get Your Ass Up. You'll see a link pinned down at the bottom, TonyTheCloser.com. Right now, go get your book, Rona Proof, right now, virtual wholesale system. So yeah, like the education and connecting the dots is really going to be something that's really important right now. So let's talk about getting you guys educated, because obviously the podcast, we gave you some tips and tricks on like what you should be investing in. But you guys are going to need more. You want to start learning the system, the protocols, and even like what cryptocurrency is, what Bitcoin is, what is Ethereum, how does the blockchain operate. So I partnered up with Eli, and we did something very special. And below in the bottom in the link in the description of this, you guys will be able to get access to a new intro to cryptocurrency program. And for all my listeners, you guys are going to get first access at this training that can help you educate yourself first and foremost on how you can actually start learning what's going to be the evolution. It's going to change. It's going to change so many generations. It's going to be what we need to go to that next level. And I know so many people, there's going to be so many millionaires that are made through the technology behind cryptocurrency. So Rona Proof, right? You guys are so used to hearing me Rona Proof virtual wholesaling is typically what you hear me talking about. But now we're bringing in a new element, intro to crypto with the Rona Proof brand, and I'm super excited about having Eli lead the program with this amazing program and course, because it's going to give you what you need to get you going. Like at the end of the day, it's all about education and informing yourself, and the amount of experience that this gentleman has, I believe that really can help shortcut your learning curve, get you the experience that you need, and get those questions that can answer, that can really start getting you in this space right now, because you already said 100% of us need to be here. 100%. Like, this is going to be the greatest wealth transfer that's happening. We've watched it. I'm watching it. I can't believe the amount of money I've already seen. And this isn't even, we hadn't even talked about like staking and NFTs and building, like it's so much
that you can do. And the last thing you want to do is look back 10, 15 years from now and say, damn, I was in the right place at the right time. I just didn't take action. I watched the video. I followed Tony. I saw Tony make all of this money and his different coins, and I just didn't do anything. So many people, they have great ideas, but they never take action on those ideas. You have a unique opportunity because you are born at the right place at the right time, and you have the information and the people who are willing to give you the proper information so that you can be profitable during this wealth transfer.
And more importantly, like, let me explain something to you. How to avoid the costly mistakes. Because education, the most important piece is avoiding the costly mistakes. Mm-hmm. When you have years of experience, there's been years of L's too, right? See, a lot of times people go out there and they want to learn it on their own. And they make the mistakes. They lose the keys. They make the mistake. I remember when I first got in this shit, man, I made the mistake of not testing the damn address before I sent it, and I had one of the letters wrong, and I sent $5,000 into fucking Bitcoin space. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, how do I reverse it? And they was like, there is no reverse. I was like, what the fuck do you mean there's no reverse? I just sent $5,000 in this crypto space?
That's one of the things with crypto.
I quickly realized I needed to make sure every fucking time after that I do a $1 test. I send $1 and make sure that bitch goes through before I send any more, because it hurt my soul when I sent that money and I realized that there was no, like, oh, let me call the bank and reverse my charge. Like, it wasn't none of that. I couldn't be like, well, I sent it to that long little code, and that's important.
Yes.
And it's so many other things that just going through this journey of like educating yourself and understanding how all the coins operate. What's the importance? Like, even understanding white paper. I think like a lot of these people have never even heard of white paper, looked at white paper. So, like, intro to crypto, Rona proof intro to crypto. I'm super excited for you guys to be able to start educating yourself on how to get first off to the bag, because I want crypto, Rona proof. It's all about making you some money. Like, obviously, like how you can actually make money. How you can educate yourself on the technology that's going to be the biggest wealth transfer, period, and get it from somebody that's proven, somebody that's an expert, somebody that's already done it, somebody that's done it for me. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to bring anybody in front of you that I know hasn't already been able to help me successfully do it myself. And year to date right now, I invested with you, in January?
Yes.
And without going into any meme coin projects or anything like that, we're at like $156,000.
Yeah, about 160.
$160,000, and I'm extremely happy about that. I don't know many of you that wouldn't be happy about that either. So we're up, and I want to help you get up. I want to help you learn the strategies. I want to help you learn the system. I want to help you learn how everything works, and I want to connect those dots for you. So thank you, Eli, first and foremost, for the time today on the show, because I know, jumping on the plane, flying 5 hours to come to LA to record is already the commitment. But to deliver like free content, free game that like really is going to impact a lot of families, a lot of people, that's really important. I want to make sure, like, as you guys are at home and you're Shiba-ing it up, because hey, look, everybody should have $100 of Shiba. This is not financial advice, but like, man, listen. You ain't worried about losing $100. You're going to go spend that on the club or do something bad with it anyway. I'm putting it's like the little.
And I would never knock you for doing that.
Yeah,
I tell people all the time,
get
your bag. At the end of the day, just be smart about it. Don't get caught holding the bag. Learn how to get in and get out. That's the key to everything. Even with some of the premium cryptocurrencies, knowing that they're volatile as well too. They can drop 30, 40, 50% as well. So
I had that shit happen earlier this year. I was kind of pissed off that, I was running real hot with my Bitcoin and Ethereum talk. And what was that, like around May?
Yeah.
May, June? Shit just hit the fan for a little
Everything
bit.
did.
So how do you, like, I think, and that's going to be a good thing. We're going to put this part in the course, to stop losses and to be able to prevent from like waking up in the morning and like losing the entire bag. Can we like set some stuff up, and we're gonna put that in the training to make sure you guys
how to
know how to
scale
protect it.
in, how to scale out, how to take profit, when to take profit, how to even purchase some coins that aren't even listed on Coinbase so you can get that Coinbase pump. That's the key too, being in these coins before they get listed on Coinbase. So these are things that we're going to be teaching you inside of the course, so that you can have, you could be further ahead than the average retail investor out here. You can have a strategy in regards to what you're buying, when you're buying, and where you buy, and most importantly, also how you store your cryptocurrencies. Because Tony was talking about how he sent crypto to the wrong address. Well, guess what? I left about 80 Bitcoin sitting on an exchange by the name of Mt. Gox. 80. That exchange ended up going bankrupt, and I lost all of my Bitcoin. So it's very important also to learning how to
we got to go find them.
and also learning how to
80 Bitcoin.
80.
So what's 80 times $66?
60,000.
What's 80 times 66,000?
Oof.
Where you calculate that?
Probably about 24 million.
Let me hold on. Somebody, hey, look, for that type of money, I'm gonna go find somebody. Shit me.
It's around like 24, 25 million.
Hey, look, no refunds, no peace. You know how I do with Jay Morrison. You go that type of money. Like, hold on now.
Oh, 5.2 million.
5.2 million. Yeah, I'm going to find out whoever them people is, and they gonna have to talk to me to the hell with a bankruptcy. You got my coins.
Sheesh. I just got to the point where, at a certain point, there's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't think about it. But at the end of the day, listen, I got to take that L because I didn't have the experience nor the knowledge. You don't have to make that same mistake because you have knowledge with people.
Speaking of that, I just seen something where on Coinbase, a dude had $900,000 hacked. How in the hell? And he said he tried to call customer service and they couldn't even do nothing. See, that's the stuff that scared me about crypto. And that's why you got to get educated on crypto and how to protect your wallet and protect your keys. And that's why I want everybody to come and make sure you join. Go to ronaproofcrypto.com. ronaproofcrypto.com and get your education on. This is the opportunity to get educated by my man Eli. He's literally giving you access to stuff that typically people pay a lot more to get access to and from, and you guys will be able to join in because you came from the Get Your Ass Up podcast, and we want to help you get your ass up and start learning and educating yourself on the new wave, the cryptocurrency that's going to really be the wave for many generations to come. Shout out to my guy Eli. Go to ronaproofcrypto.com. Let's get you signed up and educated on the biggest wave right now. More millionaires are being made, and it's your turn to start educating yourself and putting yourself in a position to change your family's trajectory. Eli, any closing words from you?
Just simply, I look forward to sharing this knowledge and information with you. Again, I believe that 100% of the people that look like you and I need to be getting involved in this. I actually read a stat the other day that stated, though, that Black people are one of the fastest groups of people actually getting involved in this, which is a great thing.
We ready for some money.
Thank you. So please listen, man. We missed out on a lot of things. We missed out on the real estate bubble. We missed out on the .com bubble. Let's not miss out on this wealth transfer right now.
Hey, I can't agree anymore. When you start talking about the ability to really come right now and make a couple $100,000 in a couple weeks or a couple days, or even for the person that can make, I went through my comments and I'm speaking on Shiba alone because I know just out of the excitement and the fun that I had when I had that big day with Shiba, I posted and I saw so many people start saying, hey, where do I go get some of that coin at? How do I buy it too? And I didn't realize that the wave of people that would come behind, the excitement of seeing that amount of money being made. So, as the coin began to grow, I was watching people saying, hey, I made 2,000. I made, 20,000. I seen somebody send me 93 grand that they made in that wave because people were literally like piling in when they saw how much money I made. And obviously, like, Shiba could be risky and it's a meme coin, but I love the excitement and the energy. Like, and now people even have an interest in learning about other coins. Like my DM is flooded. Like it's unbelievable. Like I go in my DM now and I'm like getting like plays now. People are like, "Oh, did you see this one is up?" Like,
and that's a very key thing that you just said. These meme coins are going to be used to onboard people who normally wouldn't even touch crypto. But because it's fun, because they're making money, this is what's going to drive mainstream adoption. And I also think the same thing's going to happen with the NFT space, because the average person really, you're going to miss them with a lot of the technical stuff and the DeFi stuff, but NFTs, people can understand that. Meme coins, people can understand that. And it's something that's fun. So I'm not totally against it. I just want people to be educated and understand what they're putting their money into.
yeah, and I get that and I respect that, but buy y'all some Shiba, man. Get you $100 worth of Shiba. Get Cardano, not Cardano. I'm messing up. Get you some Ethereum. Get you some Polkadot. Get you some Chainlink. Go get those two. But 1,000%, you got, man. Right now, Shiba Army. Shiba Army, let's go. Hey, get your ass up. Let's go. We out.